about. Apparently, he doesn't know what he's talking about. This is what I'm talking about, but you have to learn to crack books. First things first, to the phone by the name of Phantom HD. I have been around longer than you. I was developing screen paints long before you ever existed on YouTube. I have a history and a track record that goes back a mile long. I have more test demonstrations. I've painted and designed more screens, and I've had more projectors than you have ever had. And I'll see here on your YouTube channel. You haven't been here that long. So let me explain something to you where you don't know what you're talking about. First things first, the vava projector. Let's go back and listen to what he's trying to say here. All right, you got to hear this. Keep in mind, your screen is completely washed out. I know this demonstration. This is an OLED demonstration. It's not supposed to have this ashy look to it. This is supposed to come up solid black. You see the bezel around your frame around your screen. You see your speakers. This is supposed to be matching this. It's supposed to be jet black. It's not supposed to come up gray. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Phantom HD. So I'm gonna show you a video, okay? Have the lights on and also the lights.
First things first, let me break down your video for you real quick, okay? So you can understand what's going on, what I mean by lights on environment. Your screen's washed out. You have your screen at a comfortable 100 inches, which means, and by the way, your projector is not 4K. I know quite a bit about the vava projectors, and they're not 4K projectors. They use something called pixel compressing, where basically you don't have 4K. It just compresses the image to make it think you're getting 4K. Number one, that projector's contrast levels are extremely low for that particular projector. And these projectors only pick up on light gray screens, and they only pick up on white. They do not pick up on black screens at all, period. My screen is 100% black. Technology we got over here is gray. So listen to what he's saying. He's trying to explain about the vava projector. You don't have enough knowledge about these projectors at the end of the day. Again, this projector is not 4K. I don't even know why you have 4K to begin with. It's a pixel shifting machine. It doesn't have the ability to produce 4K. It's a 1080p based projector. That's what they are. So we've talked about this quite a few times. And again, this level right here is supposed to be black right here. This is not supposed to be gray. This is a demonstration designed for an OLED TV, not a gray screen. So let me show the environment real quick. We're going to break it down real slow so you can see this, because he's moving too fast in the environment. Now, if you notice, as he starts to move the camera, let me see right here. There we go.
Hey, how's everyone?
I'm probably going to hear his voice on that one. The screen number one is coming up gray. That's supposed to be in black. This light you have right here is washing your screen out completely. That screen, that level is supposed to be black. That right there, that's no window light. So what you did was you covered up the window completely. This is the only bit of light that's coming through your window. These curtains, if you're going to be showing up in ambient light rejection technology, these curtains need to be pushed all the way back so all that light can come in and make contact with the screen. That's why you flash through there so fast, but to break it down in slow motion. This lamp has a shade on it, which means the light's only being directed in two areas, up and down. That's it. And this room over here has nothing to do with your screen whatsoever. I tell you, it's so sick and tired of watching demonstrations where people would take the camera, point it into a room that has nothing to do with where the screen is setting at. This has nothing to do with the environment. Your camera should never be in this section at all, period. Bringing the camera back, we got to break it down in slow motion so you can see. Now, you see the window here? Yeah. I noticed that the first time we came in, when I first saw this, the window, and on top of it, your lampshade is on a tilt, which means the light is pushing toward this way. So the light's coming here, and it's going here. It's not dispersing too much from the side here and here. It's dark in this area because, like I said, the light's being directed in two different areas. So I don't know why you're pointing at this. This has no contact with your screen. I don't know why you're pointing at the window, because the window has no contact with your screen. You got this little slither of light right here, and that's it. This is dark. That's dark, that's dark. You got the curtains covered up. That is actually right in line with your screen, but you don't have that opened up. Let's move over to the screen real quick. Your environment is dark. I can tell you that right from the door just by staring at it. Now, this being an OLED demonstration, your screen is coming up gray. It shouldn't come up gray, it should come up black. And again, you're typecasting, which means you're using the same ultra short though in all your demonstrations. Now let's go back to your regular voice. So I wanted to show you because he moved through the environment so fast that the wall, like I said before, if it was well lit in the environment, it's daytime outside. As you can see, it's daytime and he has lights on. This is one of the tricks they like to use. You got to watch out for these. This is where they make the environment seem like it's fully lit, but it's not fully lit. It is daytime outside. So I'm going to show you real quick. We'll go back to here. Break it down in slow motion. It's got a light on here. It's got a light on over top. That light right there has nothing to do with this environment over here. As he starts to turn, right from here, there's no lights over there. All right, that's the window right there. So the only light that's pushing through this window, and you can see it's daytime outside, this window is completely covered up. There only is one, that's it, that's all it's pushing through. This right here is not going to affect the screen in any way whatsoever. Look what time of the day it is. So right now, it's in the daytime. Your environment where your screen should be sitting at should be in here. It is daytime outside, and you're in a dark environment with lights in the environment to give the illusion that your environment's in a fully lit environment, when clearly your room, your environment is staged. This is where usually people have to go through with those particular projectors. Now look at this, when you come back in. So it's in the daytime, and your electric bill's got to be through the roof. I'm not trying to be rude here, but you have lights on in all these areas, and this environment is actually truly dark. You shouldn't have any lights on there, period. And those curtains should be pulled all the way open. But let's show you what your screen's suffering through. What he's trying to explain here. This is why I tell you, it's best that you guys mind your business. Don't put my name in stuff at the end of the day.
$16 projector. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Phantom HD. So I'm gonna show you a video, okay? Have the lights on and also the light for my kitchen, okay? Because there's this company saying that a $16 projector and also Hispanics is gonna make the $16 projector look like the vava older expensive projector, okay? Because he's telling you do not spend that much money.
$60 can be, yeah, $60 can be the vava projector. Yes, it can. The vava projector doesn't have real specifications attached to it. Where I have a $60 ultra short throw projector that can pick up with no problem whatsoever on our technology, because the real specifications on my projector are real. The specifications on a vava projector are not real at all, period. That projector does native 4K? No, it doesn't. That projector does pixel shifting. That's what it does. I hate to educate people on this, but we have to educate people on this because they don't know jack. So let me show you, my friend, where you don't know jack at the end of the day. I actually got a chance to talk to the people who actually make the vava projectors. As a matter of fact, on their Facebook page, they basically were displaying this projector, and I had a conversation with one of the representatives for that particular company for that projector. This is why I warn you people at the end of the day, before you run your mouths about me, make sure you crack your books, because if you don't, you're going to get embarrassed. So this is where I'm going to embarrass you, my friend. This is basically a screenshot from my cell phone of me having a conversation with the fellow and for vava projectors, where he says that the projector is a 1080p base. It's not even 4K at that. My lumen count on my projector is brighter than the projector on a vava. Vava is 3,000 lumens. My projector under NEC is 3,600 lumens. And while we're looking at this, what is the contrast supposed to be on a vava projector? Let's see if we can look up the specification. He's talking about the NEC projector I have. Yeah, it's actually more powerful than a vava projector because again, the NEC projector, as I said before, I'm going to debunk you just in the one video. All your other demonstrations are just dark. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know the projector that you have at the end of the day. But let me show you where you're wrong. And this is why I have facts that back everything up. The NEC projector is more powerful than the vava projector. Number one, I can produce my screen at 150 inches. That projector is supposed to be to do 150 inches, but in every last display, I have never seen you do a demonstration of 150 inches. You know why? Because that projector requires a pixel shifting technology, which means it only has so many pixels. If you maxed it at 150 inches, where is it going to get the extra pixels to compress to make it 4K? And at that, it's not even 4K. As I said before, this projector is a 1080 base projector. Let me show you. Right here, this is a conversation I had with Valva. I screenshotted it, having the conversation with Valva projectors in the room. In there, he states that the Vava projector is a 1080p pixel shifting 4K projector which can receive and display 4K images. No, it cannot. Has a single chip DLP which pixel shifting from 1920 1080 to 3840 by 2160. Where are you getting the extra pixels from? But he stated that it is a 1080p pixel shifting. You can't have 1080p and 4K at the same time. It doesn't work that way. I don't know where you've been at, buddy, but you don't know much about projectors. You don't know much about jack. If you're going to tell me at the end of the day that, yeah, that $60 NEC, yeah, can beat that 4K projector because that projector is not even 4K. It's 1080p pace. Never, ever challenge me. See right there? That's my conversation with the company for Valva projectors. Clearly stated that the projector is 1080p pixel shifting. You can't be 1080p and 4K at the same time. It uses pixel shifting technology, which allows the screen to compress its pixels to give you the illusion that you're basically seeing 4K when you're actually not seeing 4K. You're being tricked to think you're seeing it. Do you understand how that works? So before you put my name out there and you talk about I'm misleading people by saying a $60 projector can beat the Valve 4K, the Valve is not even 4K. Doesn't have the capability for it. And at that, I just showed you right here. Anybody wants to check this out? This is the conversation with Valva. I had with their projector, and the guy clearly states that the projector is 1080p pixel shifting. I think this guy's talking about screen paint. He's literally talking about the projector like I don't know what I'm talking about. And I explained to him, if you have native 4K, guess what? You're going to have a reading of native 4K of 3840 by 2160. That's what you're going to have. Or you're going to have 4096 by 2160. That's what you're going to have. Valve projectors don't even have 4K. You spend $2,800 for a projector that doesn't even have the capability for native 4K. You can get a P2 right now at about $2,000 or $2,500 that does a native 4K. Let's go check out the contrast levels on the Valve projector, see what it has. You project that Valve projectors are 3,000 lumens. The projector I'm using is 3,600 lumens. I can actually produce at 150 inches in a fully lit environment. Demonstrations where that projector sits at is much brighter than the one you're sitting at right now. But let's see. On top of that, again, black technology is one of the most desired technologies. And again, even gunmetal, you can't get contrast. You can't get anything off there. You have to use that on a white or gray screen. And because of that, what happens is your screen can't pick up contrast and it washes out. Your environment is super dark. And the reason why it's dark and the reason why you're faking the environment is because your screen can't pick up in the fully lit environment. Let alone, you're not even seeing a real contrast level. So I'd say before you run your mouth about things you don't know about, I would suggest you crack books and talk to people at the end of the day who actually make the projector, which I have. We have right there in the screenshot, the conversation I had with them. Clearly stated that that projector is 1080p based, not 4K. So you don't know what you're talking about. All right, so let me go over here and let me bring up the vava specifications on the projector. Let's see. Let me see what the specifications. I want the contrast on it. Now, my demonstrations, I can take my $60 NEC projector and I can project it to 150 inches in a fully lit environment. You can't do that because your screen's lumen count is not even that high. I think it's actually under 3,000. It's way beyond under 3,000. Let's see, $60. And on top of that, on my NEC projector, I can put that on a black screen and get a 100% contrast level. We can't stick those projectors on black screens. They don't pick up at all. They don't even pick up on gunmetal. So you're subjected to the gray and white screen. That's why if you look in his demonstration, his screen is completely washed out because again, sitting that close to the screen at a so-called whatever 3,000 lumens, he still can't pick up. But I'll show you that in a few minutes. Let's look at the specifications on this projector, see if it can basically have, what's the lumen count on this? Not the lumen count, let's look at the $2,700 for this machine. It doesn't even have native 4K. I don't know why they keep saying it's 4K. So that projector is 2,500 lumens. Gee whiz Louise, that's pretty low. Projector central, here's the specifications on the machine right here. 1,800 lumens. Are you kidding me? That projector is 1,800 lumens. It has a 3,000 to 1 contrast. Gee whiz. Oh my goodness. This is why I tell people at the end of the day, do not open your mouths around me. This will get you embarrassed. Let's go over here. And again, think at the end, keep in mind, you're not getting 4K. That's not 4K. That's pixel shifting. We have it right over here on the conversation we had with them over there about the projector's 4K capability. I thought that was crap when I went there. I saw the demonstration. It kept saying 4K, and every time we would go to the specification site, we couldn't see anything under the pixel count. It kept coming up under, I just kept saying 4K. NEC. Here we go. This is my other projector. This is the projector I'm using. Right here, let's go to projector central. So this is a projector I'm using. My projector costs 60 bucks. That's what I paid for it. My projector is a whopping, let's blow this up a little bit so you can see this, people. My projector is a whopping 3,600 lumens. That's my projector, 3,600 lumens. The vava projector is only 1,800 lumens. That's it. That's extremely bad for a projector that you just sat there and just paid that kind of money for. 1,800 lumens is the brightness on that projector. Something's wrong because we can get 1,000 projectors to pick up on our technology. 1,800 lumens. And my projector over here, the NEC, is 3,600 lumens. What's the contrast on that projector? Contrast on that projector is only 3,000 to 1. That is extremely poor. I see that in a lot of these other projectors that they're making, the fast projectors that they're making. A lot of those projectors are at 3,000 to 1. 3,000 to 1, that's your contrast on your projector. What's the contrast on the projector of the NEC? 4,000 to 1. Much higher than your than the vava projector. Let's see what we have here. Now you're supposed to have this 3-segment color wheel. I never see it on these products at all, period. So contrast is under our $60 projector and the brightness is way under our $60 projector. And keep in mind, because our technology can be displayed on a black screen, we can pick up detail that you can never see at the end of the day because again, you can't work it on a black screen. That's an 18 vava projector. Look at this. That's the vava. 1,800 lumens. That's it. NEC, 3,600 lumens. 4,000 to 1 contrast on the NEC. Vava projector, 3,000 to 1. That's pretty bad for a projector that we have literally, it was discontinued many years ago, and basically has a higher contrast than your projector. On top of that, the lumen count is way beyond this projector right here. And at that, just to show you something, so you can understand, we're going to educate you today. This is a conversation with Vava in the room on Facebook, as I said before, having a conversation with them. Look what it says. Look what they said. Now, this is after they got pressured by 14 or 15 customers that were coming in there and saying, look, this screen is not 10, it's not 4K. This is a 1080p base projector. And I finally got him to say it, and I screenshot it. This has been my trophy ever since. Vava is a 1080p pixel shifting 4K projector. You can't have both. You can't have 1080p and 4K. It's one or the other. That's how it works. So you just sat there and plopped down $2,700 for a projector that is only 1080p. That's what you literally just paid for. A 1080p projector. It's not even 4K. So how's it here saying that it's 4K, but over here, the person who developed it and people who designed it that are in the room showing it off and advertising it say the projector is 1080p. At that, your contrast is lower than a 720p projector. Your brightness is lower than a 720p $60 projector. This is why people contact us with those projectors asking us if they can use our black technology so they can use it in a fully lit environment and they can pull a 100% contrast level without the screen washing out. That projector has a very poor, and I mean poor, contrast capability. Let's go and show you the video right here, what he's going through. This is why his video is coming up so dark. Now, if you notice, when he shows off the screen, you will see the screen is washed out. I know this demonstration, I do this demonstration all the time. Your environment's not well lit. We saw already from the door from doing the pass around. See the curtains right here, buddy? This has nothing to do with your environment. I don't know why you got the camera in there. And reason why you push through that window so fast, because this is the only area in the window you have open. This entire window is closed to make sure none of that light makes contact with the screen because your screen will wash out. I see all that.
There's this company saying.
Now, you see this right here? This is supposed to be solid black. This is an OLED demonstration. This entire demonstration, you're going to watch this screen turn gray.
That a $16 projector and also his pay mix is going to make the $16 projector look like the vava older expensive projector, okay? Because
No. See, you don't listen to my demonstrations. I never said that the $60 projector was the vava projector. Why would I want my technology to look like a vava projector? Why? My projector clearly has more of a higher advancement over that projector. So why would I make it look like it? See, this is what happens when you don't listen to my demonstrations and you come up with your own conclusions. Come out looking like an idiot. Never said anything in any of my demonstrations where any of my projectors would even come close to a valve. I got Christie's over here. My Christie's would crush that thing with no problem. So why in the world would I want any of a projector we don't even support? We support now with this stuff over here, but a projector time we didn't support. Why would I want any of my stuff to look like this at the end of the day? I complain about these projectors left and right because they lie about their specifications like there's no tomorrow.
He's telling you, do not spend that much money.
Now you see this right here? This is something you're not looking at while you're talking it. This is supposed to be black. This is not supposed to be gray. See all that ash coming around the screen? Yeah, this is supposed to be black. This is an OLED demonstration, so this is supposed to be black. The reason why you can't see this is because a little bit of light you have in the environment is still washing your screen out at a tremendous rate, and your projector's an ultra short, though, which means it's sitting right on top of the screen, and you can't see any of the contrast. Where's the color at? This thing is supposed to have like a ton of color attached to it. I'm not seeing any of the color, even that's washed out.
Because you can do this in a $16 projector, but that's misleading, okay? The reason you're gonna get a good projector.
That's supposed to be black. This is all washed out.
Projector is gonna be because of.
You bought that Valve screen for $600. That's what it looks like over here. That looks like the Valve screen for $600. Gee whiz, my technology we got over here is better than that. Way better than that. That's awful. So he spent the $2,700 for this and $600 for a screen that can't even see contrast. Look at this.
The feature that the projector has, okay, is DLP. It has a lot of contrast.
That's supposed to be black again. That's also gray.
Like you can see right now. If you have the correct screen and also the correct environment, it depends what kind of environment you're gonna have.
Again, gray again. This is an OLED demonstration. It's supposed to be solid black. You see your bezel that's around your screen? It's supposed to be the same color that bezel is supposed to be. If you go in my room, at my next area, and I pull that up, that screen comes up solid black. Again, no. My technology I got here is actually darker than your screen. And I can pull that screen up at 150 inches in a fully lit environment. So again, judging by what I've seen on the vava screens and the projectors together, vava projection screens are garbage. That is $600 for a screen that can't even see a proper contrast level. There's no contrast shifting, nothing. That is extremely bad.
Is gonna be the way the projector is gonna perform, right? You can see right now, guys. You can check this video, or you can check this video, and the colors, they don't look correctly. They don't look orange. They don't look that green, and also they look washed out. You can see that the environment, the light, the screen is not a true ALR. You can still see that it's very hot.
So you're saying it's not true ambient light rejection. Do you know what ambient light rejection technology actually is before you actually start speaking on it? You're not in an ambient light environment. An ambient light environment would be extremely bright. I got technology that pulls up outside. Ambient light projection. I got technology attached to my ceiling at 180 inches or 150 inches that I can pull up in a fully lit environment. I got white level tests on my demonstrations to show my products can pull higher white levels, just even white levels, to white screens and white surfaces. I also have demonstrations of my products matching going against certified screens and beating certified screens. So alone, my test demonstrations, man, put all this to shame. You don't know what you're talking about at all, period.
Wow. But look how beautiful the yellow and the green looks when you have the correct projector that is capable of doing us.
Your screen and your colors are completely washed out altogether. Look at this. This is horrible. This is supposed to be black. This is supposed to be a black background where these glasses are supposed to be. You're not even seeing the contrast level. As I showed you before, the projector he's talking about is the NEC. You have 1,800 lumens. That's it. 1,800 lumens on a projector you paid $2,700 for? A 3,000 to 1 contrast. That's all you have. Usually those projectors, that's what they have, is 3,000 to 1 contrast. And they run in the range of 1,800 lumens. This is the NEC. The NEC has 3,600 lumens at 4,000 to 1 contrast. How is that possible on a projector that you have that you paid $2,700 for? This is why we made the screen paint behind us, people, so you don't have to be trapped in those dark environments like this fellow's trapped in a dark environment and has no idea what he's talking about in the day. This is my technology right here on, let's see which one we want to choose. Let me see. Let's use a $60 projector. We'll do that one right there. I think this is what he's talking about when it comes to our $60 projector. These are test demonstrations. Let me show you my environment my projector sits in so you can understand. Next time before you open your mouth, I don't have to embarrass you this badly. I only want to do one demonstration. See these right here, my friend? These are called test demonstrations. I haven't seen any of these demonstrations done on the Vava. Vava doesn't pick up on any of these at all, period. See all these demonstrations? These are called tests. This is all the test demonstrations my products go through. My screens pick up outside. I can take, matter of fact, one demonstration I got that will level your demonstration easily. Easily. I don't even have to look at any of these. I can go get the Optima GT 5500. I can produce that outside. As a matter of fact, I did the Sony also too outside. Let me show you. There's my $60 projector right there being displayed on my table. A lot more light in your environment. Let's go over to, let me see. We need to go to the demo page. Here we Your environment's too dark, your projector's not seeing contrast whatsoever. And I know this projector's right from the door. You bought a projector that doesn't even have native 4K, doesn't even have the capability for it. So you don't know what you're talking about there. You don't know anything about pixel shifting technology. Your projector is 1800 lumens. That's it? Are you kidding me? My Sony 3000 lumens. That projector I got is 3600 lumens. How in the world do you have a projector that's supposed to be somewhat picture shifting 4K and you only have 1800? Why is your contrast is low? 3000 lumens is very low for a projector that new. Now, these older projectors, yeah, they're expected to have 3000, 4000 lumens, but not the one you have at the end of the day. You should never have a projector that's supposed to be that new at 3000 to 1. Are you kidding me? That's extremely poor. Extremely poor. This right here is my $60 projector.
Also, I never told anybody to calibrate a screen. It's not necessary with our products. One reason why you have to calibrate a screen.
That's my screen at 120 inches. What size is your screen? Your screen's at 100 inches pushed into a dark environment. I have a light making direct contact with my screen at all times. Here's my projector sitting on the floor. I can show contrast, color, whatever I want off my screen. I can show a star field off there and I can pull a solid black level with a 4000 to 1 contrast. That projector on the floor can outperform your projector any day. Any day. 1800 lumens won't even generate in that environment at all, period.
As you see, colors come nice and bright.
Colors are not washed out.
100% contrast level, which means no matter your projector, 100% contrast level.
Can you pick up 100% contrast? No, you can't. I talk to customers who own those projectors just about every single day. And we've had to turn away so many of them before we came out with the new technology, which allows them to be able to use that technology in a fully lit environment, which is still brighter and more affordable than the $600 you just coughed up for that vava screen, which is, again, is a joke. Definitely a joke. There you go. Try doing this.
Because they're used to seeing gunmetals come in there claiming to be black, and then when the image pops up like that, you will see that it doesn't match the black in the environment. They're not used to seeing physical black screens.
See that contrast
When that
level?
contrast level, the background will remain.
That projector has a 4000 to 1 contrast, which means when it hits that screen, that projector has the capability of producing a contrast level way beyond it's designed to do. You, on the other hand, you have a projector that only has a 3000 to 1 contrast. When it hits that screen, at the end of the day, it's washed out. You see that black level, that solid black level behind the back of the screen? This is what you're supposed to be pulling up. You see my chair, how it matches the screen? Soundbar matches the screen. See how that matches? I can look at the bezel that you have around your screen. It doesn't even match, which means your projector is not seeing a black level. It's seeing gray.
Jet black. So what we do is we look at the screen, we look at items in the environment.
Do you see how well lit my environment looks? I have neon lights up here. They don't even basically fire off because there's so much light in the environment. See, I can see the corners and everything crystal clear. Look how bright the back of the wall is. Now, let's go back and let's look at your demonstration. Now, you see how dark your environment is? Look at the size of your screen. That's the comfortable level. That's what they like to use, a 100-inch screen. Your screen is completely washed out. Let's go back to the first beginning here. See that? See all that ash right here? See how it doesn't even match your speakers? It doesn't match the bezel to the frame. This is an OLED demonstration. Again, this is supposed to be jet black. That projector can't see the screen at all, period. And the reason why it can't see the screen is because the screen is gray. And that projector only has a poor 3000 to 1 contrast. And again, as I told you before, these are the people we talked to when the vava projector first came out. Well, actually, I had one. No, when they first came out, we had a conversation with them in one of the forum sites on Facebook. And the guy sat there and stated and said the vava is a 1080p pixel shifting 4K projector, which can receive and display 4K images. No, it's either one or the other. You can't have both 1080p and 4K. It doesn't work that way. You have no idea what you're talking about. You sat there and spent all that money and believed that stupid nonsense these people fed to you at the end of the day. This is a perfect example, people. I tell you, at the end of the day, don't end up being an idiot. Don't believe in the nonsense from the industry. This guy went out and spent $700 or $600 for that screen. That's one of their screens right there. And it spent the money for a projector that's not even native 4K. You literally could have went and bought a P2 at $2,500 to $2,200, $2,200, yes, for basically that would have had a native 4K attached to it with a 2 million to 1 contrast, which would have gave you a much better shade of gray than that nonsense at only 3,000 to 1 contrast. My projector at 720p has a higher contrast than yours, and it's a discontinued model. My projector at 720p is 3,600 lumens. Yours is only 18. The P2 is 3,000 lumens. You got robbed. That's what happened. And then you want to talk about your fully lit environment. Well, let's look at your fully lit environment again. Let's go in here and let's slow it down because we got to break it down because it moves too fast with the environment. Let's show you all the areas where you're cheating in your environment. You claim you're in a fully lit environment, right? On a washed out screen that you paid all this money for. Let's show you what the environment looks like, people. I'm going to pause this voice right here. Number one, let me break it down to you. See the light in this room right here? This has nothing to do with this. It's not even making contact. It's in this section only. The only light you have hitting the screen is this one right here. That's it. And that's actually washing your screen out. That's why your black levels are not coming up. Your screen is completely washed out and your colors are gone. They're not even there. And see your window. Yeah, I thought so. Your curtains are covered. You got your curtains covered all the way up here. It's daytime outside right now, and you have all your lights on in your living room. That's what we call faking the environment. That curtain needs to be pulled all the way back so we can have all that light coming and expose that screen. That's why you have this little slither of light. And you'll say, well, I got light coming through the window. That's not light coming through the window. How come you didn't pull this curtain all the way back to here? Yeah, because your screen would have washed out. That's why. You see right here, see the lamp right here? This doesn't count. You know why? You took the lampshade off. Now it would have counted because the light would be dispersing everywhere. Because you have the lampshade on, this is control, which means light only has choice to go up or down. That's it. So we don't count that. And I have no idea why you're in this room to begin with. Why are you in here? Is your screen in here? No, it's not making any contact with your screen whatsoever. It's a different room. I don't even know why you're even in here. Matter of fact, I would like to see you put the screen in this room and see if it fires up. Now you see your light again, see your lamp? See how there's no light going here? It's dark here, it's dark here. All the lights going up and down. Take the shade off next time. And next time, that window right there, remove this. Pull this curtain all the way back to here. This is where it needs to be at. Because judging by what we see outside, it's daytime. The fact that you have all these lights on in the environment right now shows your environment's too dark. Now we'll go back to your screen, which is completely washed out. Remember when I said his walls are too dark? Yeah, they're too dark. The walls tell the entire story of what the environment looks like. That's what walls do. I have been designing technology. We just have had this conversation. I've been designing technology before you guys ever existed. I think I would have a vast knowledge on basically what projectors do what, this, that, and the other. I think I would know that. But like I said, I'll entertain you. You got my attention. Now, I told you, you don't want my attention at the end of the day. You will get embarrassed pretty badly. I can show you right there, proof that your projector is a 1080p base unit. Right there, spoken by the horse's mouth itself, that's a 1080p base projector. You can't have 1080p and 4K at the same time. It doesn't exist. That's like somebody saying, oh, you can have 720p and 1080p. Where the frick are you getting the extra pixels from to make it 1080p? Where's that coming from? That's the same conversation we had in there. We pressured that guy. A bunch of people came in and I made a good point. The point was, where are the extra pixels coming from to make it 4K? So you're compressing it to make it look like it's 4K, that's crap. And you have a nerve to put 4K up there? That's not a 4K projector. That's a 1080p base projector. How are you going to do 150 inches? Where are you going to get the extra pixels to do 150 inches? If you max it out at 150 inches, where do the extra pixels come from to compress? You don't have them at all. That's why they suggest you to do 100 inch or minimum 120 inch. That's it. And your screen is coming up super gray. Now I'm thinking he was talking about screen paint at one point. That's what I thought. When I listened to it, he was talking about the $60 projector can't beat the vava. Yes, it can. Because in my demonstrations, I can produce a screen size up to 150 inch on a $60 projector. You guys can't do 150 inch on that projector because, again, you can't compress. Where are you going to get the extra pixels from? You got a machine in there that's basically duplicating and generating pixels at the end of the day. I would love to see that contraption. Look how gray your screen comes up. And thank you for giving me a video of what the vava screen looks like, because that's absolutely horrible. There's no way in the world to cough up $600 to $1,000 for that screen. That's even worse. I don't know what's worse, the projector or the screen. What is all this? This is supposed to be black. This is supposed to be a really high fluorescent red. This is going on an OLED TV. This is the problem we have here, and I hate to beat a dead horse to death by saying this, but you guys keep doing these demonstrations at the end of the day, and you keep claiming you're seeing contrast. You are not seeing contrast. My technology I have over here is far better than that screen over there at the end of the day, and I would never claim that screen to pull 100% contrast because that's not going to happen. It pulls up a decent shade of gray. It doesn't pull up basically a dark shade of gray. It doesn't pull up a 100% black level, but you guys got to convince that you're pulling up a black level. No, that is not black. You guys are clearly colorblind. You do know what black is, right? This is black. This is black. That's not black. See the background? This is supposed to be black. This is supposed to be black. 3,000 to 1. That's horrible. 3,000 to 1 is extremely bad for an up-to-date projector. You should be way beyond that. Way beyond that. I can go out and get myself a ViewSonic projector, 600 by 800, 720p, SVGA, and I can get 20,000 to 1 contrast. The Epson 955, that's a 955 projector, WH, has 10,000 to 1 contrast on it. How the freak, this is a newer projector and it only has 3,000 to 1. That's a major red flag right there. This is why you don't get suckered into this nonsense. And he really thinks he's pulling up an amazing image. This is awful, absolutely awful. Your screen is gray. See your bezel right here? Your screen's coming up gray. That's supposed to be black. I don't think OLED, when they designed the video, I don't think their intentions was to come up gray where the black levels were supposed to be at. This is completely washed out. This is completely washed out, and this is gray. Now, the reason why I muted the rest of your voice is because you don't know what you're talking about. You literally went out and got suckered. You went out and spent $2,700 or whatever you paid for that machine at the end of the day for a machine that has a 3,000 to 1 contrast level, which is much lower, lower than my 720p projector. Doesn't even have native 4K, as I said before, mentioned many times before, for that kind of money. You don't even have native 4K attached to it, which is pretty sad. The pixel shifting looks awful. It does. The colors look awful. That's because you don't have really native 4K. And you have 1,800? Are you kidding me? On an ultra short throw at this time and age? 1,800? That is really poor. That's extremely poor. That's washed out. That's supposed to be black. That background is supposed to be black. Man, swear, these guys, boy, I tell you, they don't crack books at the end of the day. Look, man, I'm not going to embarrass you anymore. This is it for you, okay? Understand this. Know what you are talking about before you approach me. Do you understand me? Because when Mr. Bird talks, he can back it up 100%. If I tell you that projector is 1080p base, guess what? I got it right here. By the horse's mouth himself, by the people who are actually advertising and promoting this projector, sat there in a room in front of 16 people that were in there, asked them about this projector's 4K capabilities, because everybody was going back to the site and we weren't seeing the pixel count. We were just seeing the resolution count. We were just seeing 4K. And people were coming back and said, well, what's the resolution count? What is it? And I'm asking the guy, like, no, buddy, you're off here. And so even at 4K images, the native resolution in 1920 by 1080p, meaning you're using a compressed 4K, but you're advertising as it does 4K. And you can't do that. So he finally, after enough people were basically jumping on him about this pixel count, he finally broke down and said, okay, yeah, vava is a 1080p projector. So you have no right to put 4K there because your projector is not even 4K. You have a 1080p projector. That's all you have. All that money for 1080p. And at that, if you look at, like I said, the lumen count is poor and the contrast is poor. At 1800 lumens, you can't open those curtains up. His screen will wash out. Look at this. This is supposed to be black. This is all washed out and ashy. Gee whiz Louise, my goodness, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. People get duped into buying this projector and screen setup. It's a crying shame. Look, oh wow. That's a crying shame. That's supposed to be black. Again, this is supposed to be solid black. This is coming up ashy. All this looks ashy, man. Oh, man, you don't know what you don't know what next time I said, just I'm gonna leave it be at this, okay? Because I can literally just go through your entire channel right now, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why in the way you even bought that combo to begin with. This is exactly what I was talking about. These things are trash. Let me show you something, buddy. All right, let me show you something here. That projector setup is trash. I'm sorry. It's trash. It is. It's trash. You spent all that money. You don't even have native 4K. That's trash. You see this right here? This is my gray screen at 150 inches. I want you to look at my environment very carefully. I want you to see how much light my screen's taking in. That's my screen at 150 inches, 16:9. That technology was engineered to make the projector that you have right now operate in a fully lit environment. It also has a form of technology called contrast shifting, which means your projector would have picked up a much darker level than the screen you just coughed up $700 on. You know how much my projector cost in that demonstration? $500.
I'm definitely gonna get some pictures of this.
My contrast level in that projector back there is only around 3,000 to 1. My lumen count on that projector is 5,000.
Of course, we're using our.
I can take my $60 ultra short throw projector and set it up on 123 inches, bigger than your screen, and I can have my lights on and I can open up my curtains. I did the demonstration when we first made the product. And you're sitting in the dark with a $2,700 machine and a $600 or $700 projection screen that you can't even use in a full environment because your projection screen images will wash out. See how the color pops on that? So my customers will pay $337 when you just paid for a screen, again, that is only 100 inches at 700 bucks, about $600 to $700. And you're stuck in that dark environment. I'm at 150 inches. I can do 150 inches on my short throw projector, which we've done multiple times, proving you don't have to buy those projectors at the end of the day. For those people who do buy those projectors, don't want to spend $600 for a screen that, again, is going to have you in a dark environment.
This is a technology that can match a $5,000 screen.
I know you want to get a little credit, you want to get a little hype off me at the end of the day, but it's not a good idea. You'll get embarrassed pretty badly. Don't do it. I advise you, don't do it. To mind your own business. That's what I mind you to do. You see right here in this demonstration, my projector is 1,000 lumens. That's it. 1,000 lumens on our black technology in a fully lit environment. You can't pick up at 1,800 lumens. That's pitiful. Let me see what we got going on here. That's why I said don't get duped in that nonsense. That setup he got, I hate to say it, and I do apologize if it offends you in any way, but that setup is trash. It is. 3,000 to 1. Are you kidding me? My 720p has a higher contrast than your projector. That's really bad. This right here, my friend, is my $60 projector.
Right. First things first, my name's Dan Burke. My company is Black Series Edition.
On my screen size at 90 inches.
This is our screen paint for Vava projectors, Remax, and
you see how well lit my environment is?
High-end, unnamed brand projectors. Like I said, I wouldn't suggest using this on the lower unnamed brand projectors because, again, it may have 13 orders for the customers, so we got to get this done today. You are shipping.
All right, buddy, do me a favor. If you ever decide you want to paint over that screen, well, you're not welcome to buy from me ever. You understand me? So you're stuck. Don't ever purchase my products. Not ever. Because I didn't appreciate that. I don't appreciate people who come in and try to act like I don't know what I'm talking about. I was here before you ever existed. Again, I can't express that enough. I can go back many, many years, and I was here way before you ever existed. My knowledge goes back pretty far. For you to try to come in and try to use me as a form of a springboard to get clout or whatever, yeah, again, don't buy from me ever. I don't appreciate that nonsense. Try to make it sound like I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to that projector. Yeah, I know. I talk to these people at the end of the day. You buy these machines, I go talk to these people at the end of the day. I know what these projectors are. That projector is not, I would never spend that kind of money for a projector that's not native 4K. And I talk to customers who have these projectors like, why did you pay for this machine? And I'll go, well, it does 150 inches. You do know you will never get 150 inch out of the screen correctly because, again, in order for it to do that pixel, the more pixels you have, the more compressing you can do to sharpen your image. So you can't do it at 150 inches. That's why when you see these screens, majority, you will see them at 100 inches, most likely. But rarely you will see them at, here and there at 120, but most likely 100 inches because the more pixels you have, the more you can compress. But you didn't understand when you bought the screen. And of course, they suckered you. Then you turn out and you bought the projection screen because I'm pretty sure it didn't work on a white wall. And it probably didn't work on some light gray screen paint, but you probably did try to go on. Then you went out and bought that screen. At the end of the day, you spent $700 for a screen that you're sitting in the dark with right now. On a projector has no 4K capabilities, excuse me, has a lower, the 3000 to 1 contrast. You know how old projectors, 720p models especially, have a 3000 to 1 contrast. Old projectors have that. The newer projectors don't have 3000 to 1 contrast. They got up to maybe about 50,000 to 1, or 500,000 to 1, or maybe 2 million to 1. That's what they have. You have a projector with a 3000 to 1 contrast. That is extremely poor. Then you got 1800 lumens. They don't even do 1800 lumens really too much for projectors anymore. Is that thing even laser at the end of the day? Yeah, it's supposed to be laser. It's laser. That thing's supposed to be super bright. Casios at 2700 lumens are brighter than that. And you can get those for like $60, 60 or 70 bucks. How is that a laser projector and it's that dim? It is that's really dim for a laser projector. I doubt it's even that. To tell you the truth. I doubt it's even that. Yeah, that's interesting. You just basically at the end of the day, you got robbed. On so many levels, it's not even funny. I think I guarantee every video we go into is each one's going to be dark. Every last one of them, because you can't produce that in a fully lit environment. I don't even know why you even swung the camera around. Your curtains weren't even fully open. You have any demonstrations with the curtains fully open at all, period? But I didn't realize, I thought he was talking about screen paint. But he's talking about my knowledge in the 720p projector NEC versus the vava projector. And again, like I said, look at your environment. Look how dark your environment is. There's no lights on there. Before I even saw the turnaround, I can tell by your wall that your environment was dark. The fact that it's in the daytime already, like it's in the daytime, and you basically have lights inside of this place right here, yeah, you're definitely in a dark environment. You got a window behind you, but you refuse to open up. You got a light over here that's pretty much washing your screen out. All this is dark in here with no problem. That's dark. And you're trying to show a contrast level with a projector with 3000 to 1. That's not going to pull up, not even on this gray screen. You would have a much better chance basically of pulling up a black level if you got a projector with a higher contrast capability. You're not going to pick up black, but you'll pick up a much darker shade of gray, which would be a whole lot better than this monstrosity. This is 3000 to 1. That's really poor. Actually extremely poor. Epson ultra short throw projectors. You see the contrast on an Epson projector. This is where your contrast level should be at. Literally, it should be in that area. The fact that you're in 3000 to 1 contrast is extremely, extremely poor. Do you see the lumen count on the projector? It's 4,000. Extremely poor. Do you see the price of the projector? That projector costs less than your projector. That projector you just paid for is like $2,700. Look at the price of that projector. This is why I tell you that the name brand projectors are the real deal. Those Vava projectors, WeMax projectors, they're fake machines at the end of the day. That projector is $2,300. Let's say with tax and all, $2,300. Let's see what we got here. Let me just look it up here. You got cheated. You got robbed. That's what happened. You got robbed. That's the projector at Best Buy. That's it at Walmart. 2,500 lumens, 2,800 lumens. For that vava projector. See, it says 4K upscaling. So it's not native 4K. So if you go before the sales clerk and you said, hey, it says 4K upscaling. Native projectors don't say upscaling. It is 4K. That's what it is. It never says upscaling. So that projector is $2,800 at Best Buy, $2,500 for a projector that only has a 3,000:1 contrast, 1,800 lumens, and that projector pretty much has a 3,000:1 contrast. When an Epson projector, the real deal over here, is $2,300. Extremely high. Extremely high contrast capabilities. Look at that. Look at the contrast compared to 3,000:1. Look at the lumen count. It's 4,000 lumens. You got to be kidding me. And you spent that much for that machine at the end of the day. Oh, man. At the end of the day, the fact that you made that kind of purchase, that kind of foolish purchase at the end of the day on that machine, clearly shows me at the end of the day that you do not know what you're talking about at all, period. If you're vouching for that projector as being a good projector in the day, no, I'm sorry, people. That's why we have the screen paint for them. If they work, you could basically go and get yourself a black diamond or any of the dark gunmetal screens. It won't work on the projectors because they won't pick up at all, period. I doubt if the lumen count is even at 18. It's probably lower than that. This is an ultra short though laser projector at that too. Real laser projector. Projector here has a whopping, this is a 1080p projector. Mind you, as I told you before, as you purchase the vava projector, you have a 1080p base projector. It's right there. We have it right there. So this projector right here is a 1080p projector. It has a 4,000:1, 4,000 contrast. You don't even have 4,000 contrast. You're at 1,800. This projector is a WXGA projector. Do you even have the specifications on what your projector comes in underneath that? Let me see. This one comes up under XGA. What does a projector come up under? Nothing. There's nothing there at all, period. You're supposed to have that there. There's nothing there. Where is it? So we don't know what that is on there because that's not even there. Let me see. So your aspect ratio at 1610 at WXGA, and you have your aspect ratio at what here? You have it here at 1610 4K HD. That doesn't make any sense. What the freak is that all about? That doesn't make any sense at all. Vava projector has theirs down at 1610 WXGA. So you don't even have a proper aspect ratio in there at all, period. So is it SVGA? Is it super SVGA? Is it SVGA? Is it XGA? Is it WXGA? Is it UXGA? Which one is it? You don't even know at the end of the day. All right, then let's move on from there. Man, let me see what we got going on here in this right here. Yeah. 4,000 to one, pay, especially for that price. That's a pretty good price. So yeah, at the end of the day, people, and for this fellow right here on YouTuber, I'm just gonna put this, but I'm not gonna put your name in there at all, period. The projector you got is fake. The screen setup you got is a pretty bad screen. The fact that you have to be in that kind of darkness, the screen's not pulling up that well at all, period. Your contrast levels are extremely poor. Extremely poor. And you're in a very dark environment. You're not even in a well-lit environment. And your contrast levels are very poor at that. $60 NEC is better than that projector. And with our technology, that projector has the ability to pull up an insane contrast level, beautiful colors, and the ambient light projection technology allows that projector to be able to pull up in fully lit environments, as we have displayed multiple times in demonstrations on our website. We also have that same projector going against certified high-grade screens at the same time too. This projector could never ever be produced on a darker certified screen because, again, it's not going to be able to pick up. On top of that, like I said, for a projector that new with only 3,000 to 1 contrast is extremely poor, because I said projectors in that caliber should at least have 1 million or so contrast on it. At least have that, and much higher lumen capability. You got robbed. You definitely got robbed at the end of the day. This is definitely not worth the money. So yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. How about you do this? How about you go buy that $60 projector, stick it next to your machine, and basically see which one pulls at the brighter level. Because I guarantee you, at 3,600 lumens on that projector, it'll wash that screen out completely. That screen won't even show up. But you know, entertain me. Buy the projector. It's only $60. If you want, no, I'm not going to do that to you. I would, but I would put a challenge on you. I put a challenge on you to buy that $60 projector and do a side-by-side and put it right next to your screen and see what happens. I guarantee you that projector will wash your screen out completely. It'll overshadow it. But it's up to you. I have no more time to waste on this. I got things to do. I got a screen I got to smooth out today, and I got to do demonstrations off of it. Until then, people, stay away from this hype nonsense at the end of the day. The screen's garbage. Now I got a chance to see vava's screen technology. That is trash. That's absolutely trash. Look how close he is to the screen. He can't even pick up their basic colors. That's pretty bad, buddy. Now, just so you know, Phantom or whatever your name is, you can understand this. This is an OLED demonstration you're displaying. The background is supposed to be jet black at all times, so you know that. Let me get my projector stuff. I had demonstrations to build my own machine. People don't even know what they're doing at the end of the day. Like, what the fuck are you people doing? What are you doing? Ugh. Supposed to be doing something. Every customer I've talked to before we got our new technology for that particular projector, every last one of them had the same complaint, that the screen was washing out, it couldn't get the contrast to pull on it, and it couldn't be in a well-lit environment because the screen would constantly wash out. The fact that it's in the daytime and you're sitting in a dark environment with all those lights on basically proves my point. 1,800 lumens, it doesn't even pull up on that thing at all, period. I don't think it's even 1,800 lumens, and that's supposed to be laser, and that's not. I don't even think that's even proper laser at the end of the day. That's pretty poor. Laser is supposed to be super bright. You can have a projector with a low lumen count, but if it has laser attached, it's supposed to be much brighter than that. Now I can tell your image is not that bright. A screen at this light, you should have some splash off. You should have light generating, especially to the ceiling. You should have light generating hitting the ceiling. There's no splash off here. There's no splash off here. Usually projectors do that. They give off this splash off of light. It's not generating nowhere. This is flat and dull. And this is supposed to be laser. It should be way brighter than this. Your color is really, really dull. Which means, look at this. Look at the front of the projector right here. You can't even see the light coming from you can't see it. This is supposed to be laser. When I look at Optimus and other projectors, I see this huge beam of light pushing off right over in here. You can't even see it. This is how we can tell just by looking at demonstrations. I've seen enough demonstrations that your projector is not even producing a proper laser source. That is really dull. This doesn't even look like it's even on. You don't know what you're talking about. You tried, but hey, whatever. They always try. Didn't I told, and that's funny because I told Danny to mind his own business. When he started carrying on and acting up toward me, I told you to mind your own business. Did I not tell you to mind your business? What did I tell Danny? I said, man, if you start with me, it's not going to go well for you. I've been here longer than you have, man. I know more than you would do at the end of the day. There's nothing you can tell me that I haven't done already. If anything, you can learn something from me. But I told you this. And I clearly told you, if you keep running your mouth, I'm going to basically burn your harbor to the ground and sink every last one of your ships. Did I not say that? You can't even open your website now. If you mind your own business, say to yourself, we don't see you on the radar. We don't see anything. We just go about our business. But you jerkers always want to jump in front of my semi-truck and get flattened every single time. You don't learn nothing. This jerk gonna get on there and tell me about $60 projector versus a vava projector. Your specifications on your projector are sorry. For that machine, are you kidding me? $2,700 for that machine? I can get an Epson for much cheaper. I can get a P2 for much cheaper. And at the end of the day, the Epson is laser. It has an extremely high contrast capability. It has 4,000 of lumens on it. This projector on here has 3,000. 3,000 is what you find on projectors of 720p old projectors. You find that on projectors that have like been around since 2011, 2012. They had 3,000 to 1 contrast. I got a bunch of those old projectors over here. It's very rare that any one of those projectors I have in my collection have a lumen count a contrast count past 3,000, past 3,000. Only got one, and that's the ultra short that has 4,000. That's it. Out of 70 projectors, all of them have that. Even the Chrissy's, they have 2,000 to 3,000 to 1 contrast. That's it. None of them have no 5,000 to 1 contrast. The only ones that have that have a 20,000 to 1 are the ViewSonics. They're the only ones who have them. And those are old projectors. The ViewSonic was discontinued in 2017. Around 2017, they stopped making those projectors. This is a brand new projector with a 3,000 to 1 contrast. It's a huge red flag. And you turn around and you spent the money for the screen too? Gee whiz. It's like the guy said, Chevy Chase. How about this? How about I just take your money from you? We'll go out back and I'll kick you into private and we just call it a day. Because that's literally what just happened to you. This is why I tell you, this is the gimmick. And you're going to see more and more of these projectors come out on the market that are going to so-called say that you have to use it with their screens. The only way it's going to work, white screen's not going to work. And these guys are going to spend all this money for this screen and then turn around and find out you're still going to be sitting in the dark. It's daytime outside. Literally, you can't even open up your windows and let the light in because, again, your screen's going to wash out. You got the windows covered up. Lights on in here. It's daytime outside. Lights on here. Got the overheads on. Oops. Ooh, you want to go there. Come back there. Where is that? There we go. Let's go back over there, that window. You try to rush the window. There we go. Think I didn't see that? Yeah, I saw that. There's one thing I look at when I look at people's demonstrations. I stare at your environments before I stare at your screen. You ran the camera past here so fast that I knew what I saw when I first looked at it. This is a person who has to hide light because, again, the screen's going to wash out. That $60 projector that we have sitting on the floor, that's in a fully lit environment. There's light constantly making contact with the screen. But right here, clearly, you shut these windows right here and let this little bit of light here to give off the illusion that the environment's well lit when it's not. And this has nothing to do with it. How about you put your screen in here and see what happens? Yeah, that's poor. That's very poor. Gotta do better than that. Gotta do much better than that. For those of you who basically have the vava projector, again, and you've seen in our demonstrations, the reason why people spend the money for our products, because again, we're not stuck in those dark environments like you guys are at the end of the day. And when we go to search for tests, we can't find any tests on your products at all, periods. Still can't find tests on these products in the day. And judging by what I've seen right there in that demonstration, clearly backs up my point when I sat there and said on the camera that if you buy that screen, you're going to be stuck in the dark. And here this fellow is sitting there stuck in the dark with his windows shut. You bought a projector that you thought at the end of the day was 4K, and I just showed you right over here. Your projector's not even 4K. It's a 1080p base projector. That's what it is. Your contrast level is just as old as a projector that came out in 2011, 2012. It's old. My goodness, you bought a relic. You bought an old projector that made it look like it was a new projector. And 1800 lumens, and it's supposed to have laser to make it brighter. That doesn't look any brighter. That looks extremely poor for laser. Very poor for laser. First, I thought he was in there talking about my screen paint, and I'm thinking like, okay, here we go. Gotta punch somebody real quick. But then, even worse, projectors? Are you kidding me? I've had more projectors than you've ever thought of at the end of the day. You know how many machines I own at the end of the day? I do my tests. But what's most beautiful is having that coming from the horse's mouth telling me that that projector was a 1080p base. And then you turn around and bought the screen. This is what I'm talking about. This is a nightmare that a lot of customers are going to go through because, again, they're going to turn around and buy that machine and get duped. Or is that whopping? I'm pretty sure most people I talk to, and I ask them, why did you buy the projector? Some will say we got it, but actually no one says 4K. No one says 4K. Because they know it's not 4K. They know it's not. They've been to enough forum sites, and people have told them, no, that projector is not 4K. I'm sorry, it's not native 4K. Let me explain something to you. Just because you get a kit for your car to make it look like a Lamborghini doesn't make it a Lamborghini. Do you understand? It's still the car that you originally bought. If you bought a Kia, nothing against Kias, people own them, and you got a kit to make that look like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, guess what? At the end of the day, it's still a Kia. Just like that projector is a 1080p projector. I don't care what advertisement they put on, they can stamp 4K on it all they want. It's still a 1080p projector. That's what you pay for. And the fact that that projector has a 3,000 to 1 contrast really is extremely poor. You could buy an Optima GT 55 or 56 and they have 20,000 to 1 contrast on those. And that's a 1080p projector. If that's the case, you just bought one of them. Yeah, they got one of them for like $1,200. So for a person who's basically vouching for a projector, like it's supposed to be something like it's like it stands by its name. No, man, you got robbed. And then you got robbed. You got robbed. You got robbed. Little monster, you. Your breath stinks. You need freaking come here. Get your. That's the same nonsense I went through on the customer with the 8 projector. Because that says, no, that projector works. No, it doesn't. That projector's trash. I'll buy that. Anytime we get a customer that contacts us on one of those projectors, the first thing they ask us is, if they want to use it in a fully lit environment, they want their colors to pop, that's what they want. They can't get it. Machine washes out. That's like that projector they want freaking like $5,500 for. That projector has what? So it has a 3001? I'm looking at that one. Where are my cords at? Literally, seriously. Yeah, cords all over the place, don't we? Yeah, it's crazy. You got robbed, man. You definitely got robbed. I understand they robbed you. Probably convinced you to buy that screen too. That's the sad part about it. They convinced you to buy that screen. And that screen is trash. Now you want to know how much that projector is trash? And I'll tell you what. Try to put it on a darker screen and see what happens. You can't even put that on gunmetal. It won't register, it doesn't pick up. But the $60 projector we got over here can pick up. You know me, at the end of the day, people, I don't like to talk as I don't back it up. You know how it works for me. OLED demonstrations, YouTube.
Internet for YouTube.
It's my $60 projector. I'm going to do your same demonstration in an environment that has more light than yours. Again, my projector has 3600 lumens, which is much more powerful than your projector lumen count. My projector has 1,000 more when it comes to contrast. We're at 4,000 on mine, but it doesn't make a difference because my screen's black. And because it's black, that means my projector can pick up a way beyond 4,000 to 1 contrast because it's a solid black screen. Your projector will never pick up on this technology, not ever. And mine costs 60 bucks. There you go.
Switch and save $652. It's okay. There's enough for everyone.
Wawa's now serving
This is why we have people who have had that projector contact us.
pizza sauce on our thick.
But the best we can do is this over here. That's supposed to be in solid black. Yours is coming up gray. See my sound bar? See how it matches my bar? Your speakers don't even match. You spent $700 for that screen. That screen can't even pull a proper contrast level. Let alone your projector only has a 3,000 to 1. At 1,800 lumens, that's all you have. And you spent that much money? That's a $60 machine sitting there pulling a 100% contrast level at 3,600 lumens and a 4,000 to 1 contrast. That technology can be upgraded. Yours can't. You're stuck. Unless you have that technology we have sitting on a wall over there that can produce an image at 150 inches in a fully lit environment without a problem. No laser, none of that. This is why I advise people that if you're going to use the word lost sin God, don't wake me up. Just leave me where I'm at. If he hadn't minded his own business at the end of the day, he wouldn't have gotten embarrassed this badly. I've been doing this for years. You're going to sit there and try to tell me some noob at the end of the day about that projector. I know that projector. I deal with customers every day on that projector. And they tell me exactly firsthand the problems they're having with those things. You also fail to show an angle gain on that projector, which is very important in ultra short those displays. Next time we do a demonstration, show me a star field. So yeah, this projector right here, put your projector to shame. Easily. You know why? Because it's on our technology, that's why it's better. And I guarantee you that if you take this projector at 3,600 lumens with that 1,800 lumens, which I think is way less than that, this projector would overshadow your projector easily. Your projector wouldn't even be to see on the screen. If you're willing to go on the challenge, I'll give you a challenge to go buy that projector and put it side by side and do that demonstration today. See, this is the reason why we warn people at the end of the day, don't challenge us. You'll paint yourself into a corner. Plenty of people have painted themselves in corners, running their mouths too much. Now you're gonna be sitting up there with a $60 projector washing out your screen and all that stuff you talked about. Now you're gonna have to swallow a huge piece of humble pie. The reason why that projector is better than, or it is better than your projector. Again, higher lumen count, number one. It has better contrast, and because it can be produced on our technology, well, it's way beyond what your projector and setup can do. My customers at the end of the day would spend under $200 for that machine, and with our technology, if they have the name brands, they have the black technology, will be way beyond what you have over there. This doesn't have a 4,000 to 1 contrast anymore when it hits a black screen. This thing has this black screen gives this screen projector the capability of producing higher than your 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, physically black screen. That's why. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from
Let's go through all the places you failed to go to in your demonstration. Can't do that demonstration. That won't work because your screen at $700 won't pick it up. LG demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
When the everyday excess falls away and we instead prioritize what matters, we find we can go further.
Yeah, it's a perfect example. Those projector packages, nah, I wouldn't go near that with a 10-foot pole.
Sets you free.
I still can't believe that they stuck 3,000 lumens on a projector that new. That 3,000 to 1 is old. That's really old. It's like buying that projector and not having any HDMI ports. Everything is VGA. Like literally, or even worse than that, it's analog. What were they thinking anyway? Oh, we're going to put like 1,800 lumens on it, but we'll make it laser. That thing's not even laser. I don't even think it even register as a laser. It's probably a laser on it, probably not even a really good one. Should be a lot brighter than that. And if I tell you the projector is 1080p base, guess what? It's 1080p base. Boom, right there. So you bought a 1080p projector. That's what you bought. With fake 4K attached to it. It's like going out and buying yourself a PlayStation and find out it's a no station. Now, what can we do with those projectors? Well, at first we just had to turn them away. We couldn't do anything with them. Can't help you out. Now we got this technology, which is better than the vava screen. Apparently, what I've seen in the vava screen, that thing can't even pull up in a fully lit environment next to their own projector. That's pretty bad. $700. And that thing's supposed to be an ambient light projection screen at that. That's pretty bad. Mind you, this is the part that kills me about the fake environments. That environment literally is outside, it's daytime. No windows, no light transferring through, and the environment's so dark that the lights in the environment are illuminating. That is bad. That's extremely bad. I see that all the time. When we look out the window, like, wait a minute, it's daytime outside. And then all the lights are illuminating the environment. When we do that in the next room, we have the windows open, all the light pushing in. That environment is lit, well lit. But when you have little lights peppered out in the environment, that's a controlled environment. Demonstrations, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Come on down, brother.
Medium puff black with caramel.
We're out of coffee.
Oh.
You see my speakers? See how my speakers match the screen? See the bezel that you had around your screen didn't even match. The speakers side by side didn't match. That screen was coming up gray. It's not supposed to come up gray, it's supposed to come up black. money. What a shame. That's a shame. It's a lot of money to be spent on a machine that you can't even pull up in a fully lit environment. That's my $60. This is my massive giant screen in here. Customized 159 inch. I can have my lights on. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, we'll be smoothing that out today. The rollers that I got for the kit, it's nice, but they only work on this size. Certain screen sizes, yeah, you can do. Anything bigger than that? No. I'm gonna get my other rollers today, so I can do more demonstrations off that screen. Black background, goldfish.
Getting that from YouTube.
When you do contrast demonstrations, you need to do this one. This is a really good one. That means that background must stay solid black at all times, while the goldfish illuminates off the surface. That's what I did in the other room. When we test them, make sure the background stays solid black while the fish illuminates off the surface. $60 ultra short throw. Oh, I think I got on me. Do I got on me? No, next room. 30 probably in next room. Or if you have it on. Oh, we do have it on us. No, wait. I got it mixed up. I don't know which one's which to tell you honestly. See how bright that fish is? Look at that. And that background is 100% black. That's how we test them. That image must stay black at all times, but that fish, on the other hand, see, water fluctuate, has to come up nice and bright. This is to teach you, Danny, something at the end of the day. Don't get mad over it, but this is what you need to know. See how that light fluctuates back and forth on the fins? See how it shows the different shades of white? That's what you have to do to develop good black technology. Background must remain black at all times. And that fish, color, all that must fluctuate. All that white light must push off the fish. And then you gotta do it with the lights on. Boom! Yeah, you gotta do it with the lights on. You have to. Can't be in the dark all the time. You can't do that. Get the lights on. Taco, look at it, look at it. Taco's toys. Always getting hooked on me somehow. Taco. Give me your freaking toys, man. Gee whiz. So Snow White, that fish comes up. That's what you gotta be to show off. You gotta do that in a fully lit environment. Boom. Just gotta finish having that conversation. We had that conversation literally about screens coming up too dark. And that's what the guy said about my screen comes up too dark. Now I don't think so, buddy. My screens come up nice and bright. And then on top of that, I can pick up a 100% contrast level even on a $60 projector. Can you do that? Well, you can't even do that at $2,700. Can't do it. Especially with a 3,000 to 1 contrast. That's extremely bad. That's another thing that's, like I said, that's really bad at the end of the day. That the fact that the projectors come with 3,000 to 1. If they came with like a 2 million to 1 contrast, then at least you got a fighting chance in there somewhere. But 3,000 to 1, that is really poor. And then they give you a screen that's, ugh. All right, let's switch over to this one so we can show you a little difference. Now, if you have name brand, you can use both of these. If you don't have name brand, you can only use one of these. Now, see the difference? At least with the vava projector, you'll be able to put up in a fully lit environment. But like I said, the contrast levels will not be there. They'll be there to a certain degree. That's it. It's a great screen. The better technology is going to be black tech. That is going to be the better technology. But at least your colors are not going to wash out in a fully lit environment. So don't have to worry about that crap. OLED demonstrations, YouTube. What you doing today, Mr. Barcelona? Oh shoot, wrong remote control. Which one's right remote control? Everything's mixed up. OLED demonstration, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
OLED demonstration, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Why is it always the demonstrations I want? I can never seem to get. It's in there. Just literally have to bump into it. Huh. OLED contrast demonstrations, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
No,
Without?
not what you want, what we want. Really should be right in there. It's funny, but I don't want something, it's there. When I want something, it's there. It's not there. Everything else in here we want, we need. We don't want, I don't know. See if we got it down here somewhere. Let's try OLED contrast demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
So give it to us then. Any other given day, I want this. This will pop up. OLED cube demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
No. OLED cube demonstrations. Should put down QLED.
Getting that from YouTube.
There we go, right there. I should put down the Samsung.
While you take your crown, you can't get over how you
telling you, even though that technology can match a $5,000 DMP Supernova, it costs far less than a $700 screen. And if you want to do a 120-inch screen, which our screen is 123, that Valve screen will cost you $1,000. Now, if the Valve projector was sitting next to this $60 projector, this $60 projector would overshadow easily the Valve projector. Why? It has a much higher lumen count. It's 3,600 lumens versus 1,800 lumens. It would overshadow it with no problem. The only two options you have on the Valve projector, you're not getting 4K. We all know that from the door, so that's not happening. 150-inch screen, that's not going to happen either, because again, like I said, the whole pixel shifting thing. So what did you just pay for? Paid for a 1080p projector that has contrast as low as a 720p model that's been out since 2011, 2012. That's literally what you just paid for. Now, just by the little bit of light he had in the environment, that screen barely squeaked by. If we stick your screen in this environment with that projector, it'll wash clean out. Let's show something you didn't show in your demonstration. And show the angle gain, which is very important. Which I'm curious if that screen has the ability to pick up on an angle. My projector doesn't even sit up on top of my screen. It sits at a distance. Now it comes up corner to corner, nice and sharp. That's how far my projector sits from the screen. My screen paint is literally better than that $700 screen you just paid for. My projector is better than your projector. And costs far less. Mind you, 3,000 to 1 contrast on that projector, that brand new unit. 3,000 to 1 with 1,800 lumens. That's it. At 1,800 lumens, I guarantee you, if you take this projector, you go out and buy it for yourself. I'm not going to give you a challenge. I'm not going to bother with that. You go do it yourself. You stick that projector right next to your valve, it'll wash your valve clean out. But your valve projector doesn't even have the lumen count to keep up with that projector. That's why you should have basically looked at the specification sheets on the projector before making that statement on YouTube. Really should have did the research. No, I took the time to educate you, so that way, next time, do your research. You don't know much about your projector if you're in there talking all that nonsense in the day, and you don't put 4K up there because your projector, again, is not 4K. Your projector is a 1080p base. That's what it is. It's not even 4K. Only 4K. Real 4K projectors are native 4K projectors. That's a real projector. I get tired of people coming up to me and saying, "Oh, but my projector is 4K." No, it's not. If it doesn't say native 4K, you do not have 4K. If you're using pixel shifting, you do not have actual 4K. You don't have it. Like I said, that's the same thing. Nothing against Kias. I think Kias are nice cars and all. But it's the same thing if you go out and buy a kit for a Lamborghini and you stick it on your Kia, guess what? At the end of the day, it's still a Kia. No matter how flashy you may look, oh, no, it's a Kia. It's definitely a Kia. It's not a Lamborghini. So this right here at the end of the day, it's a 1080p base projector. It is not 4K. You can stamp 4K all over it all you want. It's still a 1080p projector. Got over there, spoke it to him, spoke it right from the horse's mouth. So you spent money for the screen, you spent money for the projector. Neither one of these work at all. Like I said, behind me on my $60 projector, same demonstration. We're in an environment well lit, far more well lit than yours is. And again, like I said, this is washed out. On top of that, if I want to upgrade the projector behind me, I can click it over to the black screen. It has that capability. Now, those of you who have these projectors, like I said, our product is much better than this. Okay, well, that's basically about it. I think I pretty much thoroughly went through that one. I don't need to go through the rest of your channel because I've seen everything in there. It's just basically all you have in there is the same demonstration, same projector, and they're all doing the same thing. They're all washed out in the same dark environment. I don't even know what you paid for at the end of the day, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me see what we got going on here. Let me see. Yeah, this is dark environment. Oh, hold on for a minute. You see that right there? That's literally supposed to be black. That is the 8K, and we know what those are. We use them all the time in demonstrations. This background is supposed to be solid black. That's not supposed to be gray. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. This stuff is horrible. This is why you're better off, like I said, at the end of the day, if you have one of those projectors and you don't have a choice, then you're gonna have to use the great products that we have here. But if you do have a choice and you do have the chance to go and get one of those projectors, you can use our black screen paints over here. Ultra, cancel. 8K Ultra HD.
Getting that from YouTube.
I think I know what these are. 8K Earth.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's try that one again. 8K Earth.
Getting that from YouTube.
Why did we choose Safe Flight?
Well, we don't need to get into all that.
Is a sophomore story okay? Or a cream-filled slider of happiness?
What will you do? Will you make something better? Create something?
That background is supposed to be in black. That's not supposed to be in gray. Your contrast is way off by a lot. Oh. Giant taco. Found one. There we go. See that? That background is supposed to be black. It's not supposed to be gray. That's supposed to be black. That's not supposed to be gray. You're coming up gray. Not good. That's the $60 projector we have right here. This is why people with those projectors contact us, because they want to pull 100% black level. They want to see colors. They want ambient light projection technology. That's what they want. You spent $2,700 for that machine. You can't even pull up a proper contrast level, and another $700 for the screen. You can't pull a proper contrast level, and that level is supposed to be black, not gray. See, that's what I said. This is a perfect example why, and I sit there and tell y'all that you got to be careful about the industry. I tell y'all you got to be careful about the industry. This man got robbed. He clearly got robbed of a lot of money. He got a projection set up here that can, again, 3,000 to 1 is on older projectors. I got a stack of older projectors. All of them in here, the highest we have is 4. That's it. No. We got the ViewSonic. The ViewSonic's at 20. But the older projectors, yeah, 2011, 2012 models, those projectors had 3,000 to 1. That was considered to be serious contrast back then. There's no way in the world this machine should have that at $2,700. It's not even real 4K. And he's talking about skin tones. Dude. Beautiful women, 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
This is a technology that can see not only a high white level, but it's also a technology at the end of the day that can see a 100% contrast, which you can't see on your screen. And you're still in a dark environment. At the end of the day, face it, you got robbed. That projector
is a commitment to providing you the capability.
And again, here, I can't express this enough. See this right here in your demonstration? Again, your background is supposed to come out black. When the 8K displays, it's supposed to be a solid black. It doesn't come up in gray. Ta-da! Ta-da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Yeah, we see white levels. Now, let me show you the part that's going to burn you the most. Again, your projector is not 4K. Your projector is 1080p base. That's your projector. Let me remind you again before I leave out of here. Projector Central, right over here. This right here is what your projector costs over at Best Buy, $2,800. Walmart, $2,500. All right. Screen costs about $700, and for $120, $1,000. All right. This right here is the Epson projector. Price tag for this projector is $2,300. That's it. Way cheaper than your projector. What's the contrast on this projector? There we go, right there. That's the contrast. Way beyond a 3,000 to 1 contrast. What's the lumen count? The lumen count on this projector is 4,000 lumens. Way higher than your projector, which means you could have saved a lot more money if you just went out and got this one right here, because this is a 1080p projector and it's laser, actually real laser at the end of the day. Now, let's look at my projector over here. This is the vava projector. You come in at 1,800 lumens. You come with a 3,000 to 1 contrast. You see the other projector? That's a fairly new projector. And you see how high the contrast is? Your contrast is extremely low. Let's look at the NEC projector. The NEC comes in at a whopping 3,600 lumens, way beyond your projector. If you stuck an NEC next to your projector, guess what? This projector would overshadow your projector and your screen wouldn't even exist, but this projector has a much higher lumen count. On top of that, it has a 4,000 to 1 contrast. It's higher than your projector, and your projector is a new model. This is an old model at 720p. See, all these projectors have 4.3 at XGA. See over here, when you come to the projector of over here, the Epson projector specification. Let me see if we're on there right there. We're on the specifications for that projector. Here we are right here. Specifications for the projector. See where it says for aspect ratio, where it says 69 at WXGA. You don't even have this reading in here. You don't even have that. You don't have an SVGA, not even super SVGA, VGA, SVGA, XGA, WXGA, WXGA. You don't have any of that in there at all, period. You have 16:9 4K HD. How is that even possible? How is this even possible at the end of the day if your projector is base? Let's go for quick. Let's go to the website under vava. Vava projectors specifications. Let's go to the projectors and see what they have here. Look at the price tag they want for this. You can get an Epson for cheaper than this. You can get a P2 for cheaper than this now. And if you get it in black, how much is it in black? They don't jump the price. Okay, you know, they jump the price on what you call them by 500 bucks. Still trying to figure out why that costs that much. But anyway, look at your screen. Your screen, if you want to get the screen, that's the screen he paid for. $650 for a screen. You can't even use in a fully lit environment next to a projector with a poorly 3,000 to 1 contrast at 1,800 lumens. That's why you can't have the curtains open, because your screen will wash out. Your contrast is very, very poor. You have poor, the laser, plus have a laser system, that doesn't even work because you're in the dark. Keep in mind, you're in a dark environment with lights on while it's daytime outside with a projector claiming to have laser capabilities. No, that's not happening. Let's look at these real quick. I'm not going to add these to cart. That's the 100 inch. Say we want to get 120 inch, which my price jumped to for 120 inch, $1,000. $1,000, that's pretty sad. That's pretty bad. Look at the demonstrations they have on any of these in fully lit environments. No, all of them are sitting in the dark. You know why? Because there's no way in the world they can pull it up in a fully lit environment. It will not work. That's why you're sitting in the dark right now. Let me see what we got here. Let's go over to the projectors. Let's forget the screens. This is supposed to be an ambient light projector. Look at the title for this. Ambient light projection screen, and in all the pictures they pop up. All the pictures are in the dark. This is the only one they got in a fully lit environment. Anybody seen any demonstrations that match this in a fully lit environment? I haven't seen one. The customer couldn't even display one. So how is this picture even existing? He owns the projector and the screen. He's not in an environment that's anything like this. All right, so that's a complete lie right there. Oh, yeah, like I'm really gonna pay for that at the end of the day. Ugh. All right, and what else we got going? Let's go check out their projectors real quick. We got TVs. They consider these to be TV projectors, okay? Those would be the laser TV projectors. Oh God, I couldn't imagine what the bundles are. This 4K laser projector. $4K resolution. I did not look like 4K resolution. You tell me if it is or not. 150 inch screen. You ain't achieving that at the end of the day. I don't see too many people doing 150 inch screens on these setups. Mostly 100 to 120. All right, we're gonna get to specification sheet. Display DLP. system. Speakers, internet, Bluetooth. Brightness is 1800 lumens. Can you see this where I'm pointing right here? There we go. Brightness is 1800 lumens. And this is what they claim what the contrast is. There is no way in the world that projector has that contrast. You just seen that screen turn gray multiple times, right? It doesn't even have that. Look at the resolution for 4K. Told you. I told you. They don't even have a pixel count. Let me explain something to you, buddy, real quick. Anytime you go to any website for any projector, if it's legit 4K, right, they're going to have the resolution count. Because there's two different varies of 4K. You can have this is what I explained to the guy when we had the conversation over here on Vava, when we're talking directly to the company right here. When he sat there and said it, he admitted it was a 1080p projector. I'm asking him, what is the pixelation count? What's the resolution count? What is it? Ask him over and over again. We go to the website, all it says is the resolution is 4K. Where's the count? What's the resolution? What is it? It just says 4K. Which means I'm asking him, do you have a resolution count of 3840 by 2160 or 4096 by 2160? Which one is it? Do you have? And he can't say anything at all, period. He's just coming back saying, well, does pixel compressing? No, I don't want to hear that. I heard that like the first 5 or 6 times. What is it? Which one of those resolutions does yours come up under? Because when I go to the website and everybody was going to the website, they realized that the resolution just said 4K. What is it? Which one is it? And then he finally came in and broke down and said, okay, it's a 1080p based projector. So you guys just spent $2,700 for a 1080p projector. That's literally what you just paid for. If you got like I said, you got an Optima GT 5500. Let's go to Optima GT 5500. Because like I said, this is the home page. This is a specification sheet. It should be right there telling you what the resolution count is. It's not there. We go to, let me see. And he's going to say Ultra 4K. Yeah, right. Oh, okay. I mean, really, you're going to pay that much money for the specifications to say 4K. It's just 4K. It's 4K. It's 4K. 4K. Oh, gee, where's the whole projector song started doing this now? Like, they don't even give you a resolution count. It's just 4K. But believe me, it's 4K. It's 4K. It's 4K. Man, that has me laughing about when Xbox was talking about having 4K. And for some reason, they just came up with something called 750p or something weird, some weird odd number that came out. And someone was talking about how not the bust on Xbox fans. Don't get mad about this. I'm all consoles. But I thought the whatchamacallit was pretty funny when the guy sat there and said that he can't get the system to compress in 4K, and he said that's the problem is you're using, because they're saying that the Xbox ran off a hamster and a wheel. Pretty much that's what the joke was. They ran off a hamster and a wheel. So the problem is you have the 1080p hamster, you don't have the 4K hamster. That's freaking hilarious. You know, laugh at this up. It's kind of funny. I support all systems. More likely PC, but I do support all systems. Yeah, it's a lot of money to pay for a machine that can't even give you a 4K resolution. You can't get any 4Ks, but that's no. It's fake. It's fake. All right, let me see. Who's going with this? Yeah, right there, 1920 by 1200. Then how come they got it in here? This is actually 1080p. It's 1920 by 1200, a little higher, but still 1080p. Let me see. This is a projector right here. This projector right here. Let's get the let's go over and let's get the let me see. All right. Let's go pop over to the P2 Ultra Short Throw Projector. Amazon's got them for much cheaper now. Let me see, Ultra Short Throw Projector. All right. that there? Why would you put that there to begin with? Here we go. All right, give me hold on a minute. Check right down the specifications. Specifications. See, right there. It's going to give the lumen count right away from the. It's going to give the specification right there from the door. This is 3,000 to 1. Let's go over to let me see. Optimus site itself. I gotta look into that. ViewSonic has a projection screen. Really didn't know that at all. Period. They have a freaking projection screen. I have to see this thing. Of course, it's gunmetal technology, of course. I mean, why would you go with anything else? Gunmetal, but still, I want to see exactly. Here's Optima USA. Ah, come on. We have to go through this crap. I'm going to download it. I just need to see the projectors. Projectors. What do we have right here? Do we have a search on here? Can you give it to me under P2? Let me just play. Here it is, right there. See? So any Vasware Optima, your freaking website is a little bit interesting, but it's somewhat easy to navigate. But still, yeah. So basically, right here, look, see all the information they have here. Any projector, legit, real projector. At the end of the day, you can go straight directly to the website. Why wouldn't they have it up there? Like literally, if I have a projector that's really native 4K. Why wouldn't I have my projector to be native 4K on the website? But if you go there, you'll see it right there. All the information there. We're on the specification sheet. It pulls it up. It tells exactly it's a DLP-based projector, 3,000 lumens, 2 million to 1 contrast. And then right here, it'll say that, let me see, here's right there. The display resolution is 3840 by 2160, right there. But if you go to the Vava site, we're on the Vava site. We're right into this site right there. This is the Vava site. Vava site, this is their website we go to. What do we have on the specifications when we look at 4K? It just says 4K. That's it. That's all it says. It's 4K. So that's not a 4K projector at all, period. That's why I said don't even bother even wasting your money. Right there. What's the say for resolution? It just says 4K. That's it. Where's the rest of this? Where is the rest? Where's the pixel count? Where is it? Because it's a 1080p projector. That's why. So for the gentleman, the YouTuber, I know we took some time on this. I did take some time to go into this. I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm not calling you none of that all whatsoever. Being very respectful here. But man, look, seriously, you really got to think before you come at me at the end of the day. All right, you really got to think. I do my homework, and I'm very thorough at how I do my job at the end of the day. I know quite a lot about these projectors. We have come. This is my business at the end of the day. I talk to customers who have these machines. They tell them the problems that they're having, what they don't do, and this, that, and the other. And it's the reason why they come to us, because they want a screen that they can use in a fully lit environment. They want a 100% contrast. They don't want to spend $600 to $1,000 for a projection screen. Again, they've already upset about the projector not working the way it's supposed to. And they all know at the end of the day, they do not have official 4K. They have pixel shifting. That's not 4K. It never will be 4K, ever. You have to have native 4K. As I said before, nothing against people who own Kias. I don't want you to think I'm busting on your cars. I'm not. If you go and get yourself a kit for a Lamborghini and you could dress a Kia all you want, you can have the Lamborghini symbol in the front and everything. But at the end of the day, if you strip it down, it's not a Lamborghini. It's still a Kia. That projector, at the end of the day, you can stamp 4K all over it. It's still, at the end of the day, nothing but a 1080p base projector. And even at 1080p, it's still poor. It's still extremely poor. This is, let me see. Optima GT 5500. Let me get the 55. Where's the 56? I just sat there and had this conversation. I don't mind, but don't sit there and call me at the end of the day that I'm a liar and I don't know what I'm talking about, because I definitely know what I'm talking about. Trust me when I tell you this. Optima GT 5500 specifications. This is a 1080p base projector right here. I had this one and I had the other 56. Look at the specifications on it. It's 3,500 lumens. That's more powerful than your projector. Your projector is a 1080p base projector. This projector has 3,500 lumens. You have 1,800 lumens. Let me see right here. Contrast. I was wrong. It's 25,000 to 1. It's a contrast. 25,000 to 1 is a contrast. Your projector has a 3,000 to 1. My NEC has 1,000 more than yours. My NEC is 36, yours is 18. And your projector is a 1080p base projector, which means that projector right there, when I paid for it, was around $1,300. You might just went out and bought a 1080p projector, because that's pretty much what you have right now. And again, your projector doesn't even have a proper pixel count on exactly what 4K is. What kind of 4K is it? Is it basically going to be the 4K by 40 by 96 and 2160, or you got 3840 by 2160? Which one of those are? That's what we were asking the guy in the room. We're having the conversation with him. From the horse's mouth itself. It's a 1080p projector. That's what you purchase. So the fact that you have 4K up there, the fact that you're trying to show contrast levels, like your screen's pulling contrast level, is clearly not pulling any contrast levels. Your imaging color, all that's washed out. Still in a dark environment with this. All of these are all dark environments. And it's not misleading. Your projector is misleading, my friend. I know you want to believe that your projector actually is 4K. It's not 4K. And I know you want to believe that it has amazing 4K cable. It doesn't. You have a 1080p projector. We just showed you. So that's basically about it. This fellow right here is just a waste of my time. We're not going to bother him anymore. That's the end of it. But, to tell me that the projector we have behind us, the NEC projector 720p, is supposed to be better, then, all you have to do is just buy that projector, stick it next to yours, and I guarantee that projector will overshadow yours. It has 36 versus 1,800 lumens. It will wash out your screen easily. So that's not a problem. you don't know what you're talking about. And you got to hear this guy. He's talking about how this is supposed to be. Let me see what he has here.
Awesome fortune.
You guys don't ever learn
That is a
anything.
sexy name.
Hey, how's was doing this is Phantom HD. So just a video to show you the difference when you have a good projector like the vava. The vava is a good projector. It's not a
No, Valve. Again, what we just saw a few minutes ago, Valve is not a good projector. You already saw that already. These customers come in contact us all the time about basically having problems with contrast level. It's not a good projector. Projector, again, as we just saw, before we leave out of here, we just saw the projector can't even give a proper resolution count on if it's what kind of 4K it is. The projector has a 3,000:1 contrast, which again, I said is extremely poor. And the projector is basically 1080p base projector. It's not even 4K, which I was able to get that information out of somebody that was basically showcasing and displaying the Valve projector with enough pressure from everybody else that was in the room that came down on this guy. He finally cracked and said, yeah, it's a 1080p base projector. So yeah, it's all that's a lie. All right, people, with that being said, if this fellow feels that the Valve is a really good projector and it produces a 100% contrast level, he wouldn't mind showing us a Starfield demonstration and a well-lit environment. Not that environment, and he wouldn't mind taking that $60 NEC or where we paid for it and putting it side by side, overlapping the screen to see if his projector basically with a lumen count. The projector is actually horrible for that kind of money. It's trash. It's all at the end of the day. I'm sorry, people. With the Valve projector, it's not a good projector at the end of the day. Again, you can't work them on black screens. You don't work on darker screens. They don't work on gunmetal. They don't produce the contrast levels. And that's one of the biggest problems we have when people, customers call in about these projectors. They can't get that contrast level to pop on the screen. And as you've seen, the screen washed out poorly on it. So again, 3,000:1 is extremely poor for a projector of that caliber. For that kind of money, you can just go out and get yourself the Epson projector. Epson projector was coming in at, let me see where we have it here for the Epson. This is the Epson projector. You're just better off to get the Epson projector or an Optima GT55 or 5600 projector. If you're going to go with a 1080p base projector, this is also 1080p also too. You're just better off just doing that. And this is also laser too on top of that. Those of you who do have the Valve projectors, like I said, we have the screen paint over here that'll work fantastic for you. You don't have to spend $1,000 or $700 for a screen. Again, where this fellow was sitting there trapped in the dark and the screen was completely not picking up any contrast whatsoever. And that's basically about it. I'm not going to entertain this guy anymore. All right, buddy. Hope you learned your lesson. Again, if you want to continue on with this, I'm going to throw a couple of challenges in there. You're not going to like them. They're going to cause you to paint yourself into a corner. So if I were you, I would keep my mouth shut for a while. If not, I got a challenge for you and you're not going to like it. You know that room where you have all that light in there? I want you to move your projector setup in there, in that room with all that light, and show us a Starfield demonstration. Show us that the Valve projector can produce a 100% contrast level. I would love to see that. Also, too, overlap side by side to the NEC 3600 lumen projector versus 1800 lumens. Whew, man, I swear. At the end of the day, seriously, it gets interesting that we got people every day trying to challenge us at the end of the day. You guys don't look at our test demonstrations at the end. We just ignore the test demonstrations, don't we? And just go on rambling about stuff that you know nothing about in the day. Gee whiz. A matter of fact, even better, can you even show me that the Valve projector has a native 4K attached to it? An actual native 4K. Can you even prove that? No, he cannot. All right, people, we're out of here. We got things to do. I got to go check out this other screen out real quick. Let me see. I'll turn my projector off. This is what I got. This is why we made this stuff over here, because we had customers that were contacting us, and the first thing they were complaining about, they can't use the screen in a fully lit environment. The contrast levels are poor. The color's poor. Some people were taken aback. Oh man, the Valve projectors are headaches. They're absolute headaches. If you don't have, I tell people from the end of the day, don't go near them. Buy, so if you're going to get a projector, you got plenty of projectors out there that are native 4K that you could buy at the end of the day that are real projectors. And for those who have those projectors and you're offended by that, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. If you decide you want to get mad at me and you don't want to buy my product, there's no skin off my nose at the end of the day. It is what it is. That projector is not legit. It's not real. They're not. No matter how much you believe in it, they're not. Hold on for a minute. Let me see for a minute. I want to look at the ooh, their price jumped again. They went up. They were like 2,200 at one point. Not anymore. They're not. Gee whiz. Has someone heard me talking about something? Like that's when it's just talking too much. Every time we talk about a projector, the price goes up. And literally, I bought these projectors last time. That's still not bad. I still would go get it. This projector right here, and this one here, 5,000. I wouldn't even go near that with a 10-foot pole. No. What the freak is that? Seriously? I'm not going down that road. I do not feel like dealing with it. Yeah, I would do this any day. I would go with this any day. Let me see what they got for 4K ultra short though projectors. Let's see what you got in here. 4K ultra short projectors. Let's see what they got in here. No, man, it's not 4K. No, let's leave that one alone. That's not happening. No. I feel like the guy in freaking, what is it called? The guy in freaking National Lampoon, the newer one, where the guy was walking back and he had a rat on his shoulder. And the guy was, hey, nice pet rat. And he's like, I don't know him. There, these projectors are set. Yes, and there we go right here. This is 4K right here. This was a 4K projector right here from Epson. Is that the one we were just looking at a few minutes? No, the other one was 1080p. This is 4K. Right there, $2,500. Right, contrast is really nice this way. Well, we don't need it anyway. We got black screens put to do. I don't know him. This is a joke. This is another one. That's a joke. That's one I dug up. That's the one that tells you if you can actually switch. Gee whiz. This is the one that says you can switch back and forth. Yes, this is the one. What? This projector is hilarious. This is hilarious. So I'm just real quick. This is what I mean by these projectors. Look at this. This one says right here that this is a 2400 lumen projector, right? But if you have a screen that's ambient light projection, it's going to actually boost the projector to 3600 lumens. That's the biggest lie on the face of the planet. Tell me how that is freaking physically possible. You have a lamp in your projector, and if you hit an ambient light projection, it automatically produces it from a 24 to a 3600 lumen. Gee whiz. We're just making this stuff up as we go along, are we not? There's no one testing any of this stuff out, and honestly, how is this stuff even passing tests at the end of the day? I've never heard of that before. So you mean to tell me I start off with 2400 lumens, but lumen brightness capability of producing 3600 lumens on an ambient light projection screen. Without it, it's 2400 lumens. With the screen, you're going to be producing 3600 lumens. That is lie. Oh, gee whiz Louise. Oh, my goodness, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Nice check, basically. Yes, it's a 4K projector right here. 4K. I don't know him. That's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in that show, in that movie. But yeah, if that's 4K, you can get a 4K projector. That's $2,500. No. LG has a 4K projector. Ooh, that's a bit pricey, but still. Yeah, this is real 4K. You know, specifications are right there. No, I wouldn't touch that, wouldn't touch that, wouldn't touch that, definitely wouldn't touch that at the end of the day. No. Gee whiz, what the freak is this? This is a 4K projector? He'll probably buy this too. This is messed up. This is not 400. It supports a 500 display? Gee, who writes the specifications for this stuff? Okay, this is never going to work. This is 900 lumens, but it supports a 500-inch display. That's not going to happen. No. And you're going to get somebody for $400 for this. It's a 4K projector with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 900 lumens, 1080p projector, outdoor projector, supports 500-inch display, 4D, keystone, correction, 50% zoom. Oh, you notice, just read it alone tells exactly what's really bad. How is it a 4K projector with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, 900 lumens, 1080p? You can't be 1080p and 4K at the same time. I'm done. I can't take any more of this. I'm done. I'm frying my brain here. All right, I'm done. Forget the YouTuber. We're done with you. I spent enough time on this at the end of the day. Too much, to tell you the truth. Gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.